For a moment there, I thought I was heading into the locker room, but no, we're heading deep into the grapevine to talk about entertainment. Yes, every Tuesday and Thursday at this time, that is what we do on the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. It's your love music, love life, and a love conversation and gestation as well. Ayokunmi Record right here with you, taking a walk into the entertainment stories, all the gist, all the tea that we spill here, break tables, shake tables, whatever it is. We are going to have a great time as always. And the most important thing is that you join us. You join us on the conversation this morning. Cisco Delgado says, I noticed that. Cisco, don't loud it as they say. Just keep it in your pocket. It's your pocket. It happens to the best of us. The WhatsApp number to send your messages to 0809 0981. That is the WhatsApp number. You can also join us on YouTube. Yes, we're streaming live, so you can catch the live stream and see what's going on behind the scenes right there. It is Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Joining me this morning, as he always does, James Silas is on the beats. Good morning to you, James.
Yeah. Good morning, Lagos. Good morning, everybody, wherever you're listening from. Quick one before we go deep into the show. Say shout out to Barrister Timothy and Dr. Shehu. Yes, I met Dr. Shehu somewhere on the island yesterday, and they were cool people, and they're also fans of the Grapevine. And then the funny, interesting thing is that we ate somewhere, and imagine the Barrister Timothy, who's actually her husband, paid from wherever he was. I just couldn't even believe it. So, these are the perks of being on radio like this, and I think I'm enjoying it.
I wonder when
Yes,
someone.
secondly, before I run out again, I have to say happy birthday to my cousin Clementina, aka Clem's Kitchen. Just in case you're doing anything, this is a plug-in anyway. Just make sure if you want jollof rice, she make the best jollof rice on this continent. So trust me, Clem's Kitchen, check her out on Instagram. I promise you, you come back and say thank you.
I look forward
I
to
just
coming back
did
to say
that.
thank you because I love
Yes,
jollof rice. I won't even say anything.
correct.
And concerning what you said about the perks of being on radio, I went to also want to pay for something for me because I'm on radio as well. I
No,
mean,
no, no, no.
I'm on the
You're
grapevine
not
too.
cool. You have to
You know,
if you hang out with me a lot, you start getting this kind of thing. Don't worry.
those your shoulders touching the ceiling, I will bring them down
I
by
mean,
force.
it is what it is.
Okay, let's get into the grapevine and talk about what's been going on. James, Tubaba has been in the news again. Oh. Now, a couple of days ago,
Did he ever
he
leave?
was
Did he ever leave the news?
ah well, recently it's been back to back to back. Recently, a couple of days ago, he was spotted at the Edo State National Assembly, and he has broken his silence on the reports claiming he's now dating an Edo State lawmaker. Now, he addressed Nigerians in a now deleted video, speaking on his recent split from his wife Annie, and they've been together for over a decade, and he addressed swirling speculations aiming to set the record straight on rumors that he's now romantically involved with an Edo State lawmaker. However, he confirmed the rumors by voicing his intentions to marry Natasha. One day, he also countered the reports that say, oh, she broke his marriage to Annie. And it's like, I don't know whether he ate F4 or something, but he's been moving very differently lately. I mean, when did the whole thing with Annie happen? When he came out to talk about it, he was lambasted for it, and now he's fawning all over Natasha Sowari now. I mean, what is all this happening?
Bro, I really it's I don't know if I'll say it's shocking to me. But the truth is that if you look at someone like Two-Face, Two-Face is a public person. It's almost as if his business is always out there. But if you check it a lot of times, he doesn't bring it himself, but somehow, some way to find himself to the public space. But when Two-Face sits in front of his phone, or let's say in front of his camera to talk or tell people or say something by himself, you know that he's not bluffing, he's not playing. And then sometimes though, it might just be him being sarcastic about, this is what you people want to be saying. I'm just going to help you guys get more. You see that last video that he did, he said, allegedly. So me too, I'm allegedly telling people to continue to allegedly say whatever he want. He just, sort of threw it back at the public. And for him to be taking time to be responding to these things right now is just, I think that there's the part of frustration for him, and there's also the part of not really knowing what to do or trying to manage situation. And this is just one of the effects of him not being with proper. I mean, he was working with proper management before. If you're more, shout out to him, who probably would have stepped in to manage the situation, both with the media, with the press and everything. He will manage communication, information, and also manage the man himself and tell him to chill or sort of get him off the scene. But this time around, the guy is moving wild, and reckless, I have to say, especially with the whole coming out to tell people that, oh, Natasha, she's a brilliant young woman, and I like her. I like to marry her or whatever. I mean, you don't tell us you want to marry her, go propose to her. Like, do a grand proposal. I mean, you know what to do. Tell Natasha you want to marry her, propose to her, and if you want to marry her, go ahead. Nobody's going to stop you. He's a grown man. Do you understand? I mean, if you look at the trajectory, I mean, if you look at the timeline or the history of Chubaba, he's had always, in fact, that's, talk about the blessings and the curse. One of his curses, and this is not in any way disrespectful. I'm just saying, what's the word? I'm just being real with this information that I think that one of the curses would have been the whole involvement with too many women, or then the whole. I mean, that was in the earlier parts of his career anyway. So many, he was
Right, right,
getting
right.
different people pregnant and everything. So, but it just makes it a lot of somehow messy. He even did a song, Rainfall, of his one of his albums, where he was talking about the way people talk about him and everything, that children are blessings to him and everything. But they should chill. And but these days or this time around, he's so much into, like, I think it's sad because how do you explain it? Because people know where he's coming from, even with relationships. And then now with Annie, who we would have said, oh, okay, that's his last bus stop, he's done. And then he now has a situation. So I think that he's just pretty much arrogant. Um, I don't know if I'll call it rude, but this is where he is right now. He just wants to face that reality. Instead of sitting down, taking it quietly from everybody criticizing him and everything, he just wants to give them back to back. And truthfully, like I said, he's a good man. He has the right to do whatever he wants to do. I mean, somehow, some way, it's now at the detriment and the sanity of somebody else. But look, I always advise people, even when it comes to relationships, try to love yourself first. Love yourself. If you love yourself enough, you see that
Very
you don't
important.
give other people a right to your emotion or a right to make you go crazy. And that's where we are with Cuba right now.
Well, talking about proposing to her, there's a video that is making the rounds
Yeah.
of him. He's seen asking her to marry him and all that. Now we don't know if that was just for social media, or that actually was a real thing. At this point, I don't even know, to be
You know,
honest.
the,
But
you know the funny
that
thing,
is what has
Ayo?
happened.
You know the funny thing?
Yeah.
If even if Tubaba marries this Natasha today, we'll still hear another news about Tubaba involved with another woman. And I say it again, not disrespectfully, but look at the story, look at his, look at the things that happened, history, look at it. Some that get to social media,
Mm.
some that didn't get to social media. It's always, I mean, I say that the guy is even the target. Women just get him, they just see him and they just get him. And the guy, I think he falls in love easily. So you tell him you love him, he loves you too. And that's it.
Well, I just hope
Wasn't
that
it
if
funny that he had the flag of Nigeria behind when he was giving that speech? Like, what's that?
he's a patriot at heart,
Man.
that's
Huh.
all I can say on that. Anyways, we'll definitely keep our eyes open, and once we get more information, we'll definitely bring it over to the grapevine,
Absolutely.
because this drama is very dramatic when you talk about it. Okay, let's quickly talk about the headies before we go on a quick breather here. I mean, we talked about the headies before, and we know that the 17 headies are going to be happening this year in April. 18th will happen in December. But for 17th, the nomination list has been released, and we know that the award is coming back to Nigeria after two editions um, happened in the US. And different categories here: best recording of the year, producer of the year, songwriter of the year, best R&B single, rookie of the year. And James, what
Yeah.
looking at all these categories, what names actually jump out at you that catch your interest? And do you think there's anyone you feel should be in any of these categories that are not there by any chance?
Mm, I don't think there's anybody that's So let me tell you the way these nominations work is really first of all, apart from the year, then the time frame for the songs that they get to consider, which is for this year, or like, even like we've done other times, April 1st to 2023, and between April 1st, 2023 and July, July 31, 2024, I believe.
Right.
Yes. So when you talk about names that are supposed or not, if you look at it, it's an array of so many names, so many people that you know, that you know, some every like anybody that listens to music, anybody that follows Nigerian music, you just sort of know these people, you know everybody that's or almost everybody that's on the. I also see that there are some new names that in terms of how they want to support people. Do you understand? And not necessarily support people, put the lights on some people who you think that ordinarily you might not even remember, or you might not even know, and they just want to sort of support people who have been working under the behind the scenes, and that is not. I mean, I see that Twitch. Twitch has been recording or has been directing the videos, a lot of the videos, and some other people's even flavor. I've never seen him on the nomination list
Mm,
before, and this year I see him there. Do you understand? I think it's a big deal. I see the next year category. Look at someone like Nas Boy, who some people still think that him coming to do music is a joke, but the guy has shown over time with the songs that he's put out that he's here and it means business, and look at him on the next test category, and that means that they take him seriously as well, and that means he has a shot. For everybody who's been nominated, I always feel like I believe that once you are recognized, once you are nominated at all, that's a great deal of recognition to what you put into your art or your music, and I think it's a good one. I mean, everybody deserves to be nominated. I mean, I don't think that just because you're not here does not mean that you're not doing or putting in the work. I mean, I don't see Oxley in the categories this year, but I'm sure if you look at the criteria, if you look at either the criteria or whatever he put out within the year review, it's either not as heavy. Because I always say to people, compare, look at this one, look at that one. What do you think should have been here, or who do you think should have been here that's not here? Or do your math
right.
and subtraction, and let's see. But so far the categories look good to me. The nominees look good to me. You just want to keep our fingers crossed and see what happens at the main event.
Indeed. And one category that jumps out at me is the best recording of the year. Thames, Shay Vibes, Burner Boy, Irostan, Givian, and SARS, as well as Loj, are in that category. It's going to be a battle
Beautiful,
of some
beautiful
heavyweights
songs,
in
all
there.
of them. Beautiful records.
Exactly. So I think any one of those songs or any one of those artists who wins that award for best recording of the year would be deserving. True
Yeah,
story. All right, let's take a
absolutely.
quick break. When we come back in, Nedu is in the news. I mean, he's more or less always in the news. And if you want to know what he's been getting up to, what has been said recently, keep it tuned to the Grapevine right here on Smooth 98.1. Hmm.
They do Wazobia.
I mean, we hear these things in Nollywood, so it really should not be surprising.
Bro, I'm telling you. So, but I still don't
We hear
take
them.
any of these things seriously. If I don't have proof as to any of these things, I don't take them seriously. You understand? I mean, because no matter what it is, so but another thing is very important. You see the way they put the story. Sometimes it looks like the guy is or has been taking advantage, or he takes advantage of women or people. But I
Mm,
always say again that if there's what's the word again? Consent. If there's is a consensual situation, I don't know. Transaction happens everywhere. So because nobody is forcing anybody, did he rape somebody? Do you understand what I'm saying? I understand
mm,
how how says what's the word? How um it can be triggering, you know, it can be triggering. But if you consent, it's not by force. I'm sure it's not rape anybody. So that's how I feel about it too. So
okay, let's get it.
all right.
This is Smooth 98.1, and you're listening to The Grapevine, 32 minutes past 8 a.m. on a Thursday. Ayokunmi right here. Alongside me is the main man, James Silas. You know,
Yeah.
that's what's up. Talking about everything going on in the entertainment space, having those great conversations, those gisting, and of course, spilling tea everywhere, breaking tables where we can. And we implore you to join us as well to share your thoughts and your perspectives, different points of view. Never heard anybody. WhatsApp number is 0809 444 0981 0809 That is the WhatsApp number. We're also on YouTube at Smooth 981 FM Lagos. Smooth 981 FM Lagos. You can drop a comment there as well, and I'll definitely be taking your thoughts alongside the WhatsApp messages. Speaking of WhatsApp messages, let me take one or two here. Tyre says, dear listeners, what are you doing for love? Because this Valentine's season alone, We've had Chloe Kikelamo Bailey chilling with Odogwu somewhere in Lagos, with Kokoli behaving like Israel DMW. No wonder he never gets speedy time these days. And there's Tubaba who went to the Edo State House of Assembly to profess his love for his favorite politician. You'd be like, say, African Queen will get remixed. Blackface about to do media round again. Tayo, you're a menace on these streets. Okay,
Tayo.
keep keep those messages coming in, please. All right, let's get back in. And before the break, I mentioned that Nedu was in the news. Anyways, let me just let you know why. Now, popular content creator and philanthropist King Michi, I still wonder why women call themselves King. Still can't figure it out. Anyway, she reveals that how Nedu allegedly demanded to have an affair with her in order to feature her in his skits. Now, she made this known after the controversial activist, and I use that word very loosely, very
Mm,
dark man vows released the list of names of ladies he had supposedly slept with in exchange to feature them on his podcast. Now, according to King Michi, Nedu had requested to sleep with her to feature her in his skits. However, she turned him down. Now, she noted that when she declined his request, he told her that she would never make it online. James, we've heard these kind of stories in Nollywood here and there, or producers demanding sex for roles and so on and so forth. Could this be cloud chasing because we don't know any other thing except what she has said?
yes.
There's nothing to show us that okay.
Yeah. So there's always two sides to a coin. You've heard her own parts. Um, it would be nice to hear from Nedu. I mean, somehow, some way, as much as somebody will say he does not owe anybody an explanation as to what has happened, but the truth is that this matter is in the public space. So sometimes the same way it came to the public space, the public also has the right to demand an explanation, whether you give it or not. How did we get here? Or how did this whole thing start coming up? It was
Hmm,
after D1, former Big Brother housemate and comedian, went to the Honest Bunch podcast to talk or speak his mind, and it looked like, of course, for content and for the for entertainment, a lot of questions that were asked to D1, or some of the main key points that were asked about, questions that were thrown at D1 were about his controversial back and forth with Very Dark Man. And D1
hmm,
did not hold anything back. He just went all in, especially with that whole, in quotes, prank that Very Dark Man sort of did about money out of his and the what's it called, the charity account or whatever. Anyway, back to Very Dark Man's reaction. He goes that he just went straight. He said he wasn't talking about the one. He was going straight to maybe the fish or something. He went straight at Nedu, feeling like Nedu was the one that made, or triggered or caused this whole thing by bringing that guy to his podcast. And it's so funny that everybody goes at Nedu. They forget that there's also other material there. There's other tones there and the other girls. And like, why just Nedu? But of course, because Nedu, first of all, is probably the biggest person there. Is also, and if you watch the show, you see how Nedu was, you know, pinching for answers, or for the guy to keep talking. And if you look at the past of
right,
or
right,
any other
right.
episode, it's always Nedu going in, making them talk. So this time around, if this girl is saying, because sometimes I just feel like you cannot just wake up and come and be lying and be painting this vivid picture about somebody trying to um, about Nedu wanting to have, or wanting something, or wanting to either sleep with you or asking you for something else before you can come on the show. I mean, or maybe get on the skit or whatever. I think it is not strange. People do it. But now I don't know about Nedu. I don't this very well. Like I said, there are two sides to the story. It would be nice to hear from Nedu.
Exactly.
And like I said, the way this person came out in public to talk about this thing, I don't think that you can just, except you're drunk or you're high, you can't just come out and be laying allegations like this. So you must have some level of backup or proof. But let's be honest, it
Definitely.
would be unfair if Nedu truly, not just this King Michi, any other person. He has done it before. Do you understand? Somebody has done it before and he has done it before. It will be very unfair. Sometimes I want people to look at their conscience, look at yourself, tell yourself the truth. Did you do this thing? Have you done it before? Were you doing it Do you understand? Tell us the truth and don't come out trying to be holy, trying to say, you do, and trying to be, paint a picture of. But still, this social media space, they enjoy the controversy, they enjoy the drama because they earn from it. They do it, all of them. Check all this. They are shameless, they are fearless. They do it because they earn and they make money off this whole drama of you calling their name and everything. You go and look at the numbers will grow no matter what. Some people come there to come and see whether he's going to talk. Some people come there to come and see whether it's the truth or not. But please, check your conscience. It's unfair because one day, say, Thunder will fire somebody. Thunder will truly fire somebody. Please.
Ah, hmm. Well, I mean, this social media thing, this cloud chasing, it seems like a drug these days. I know what they say, no
It is.
publicity is bad publicity at the end of the day. Now,
Mm.
someone I think would probably disagree with that one and probably wishing that hey, she did things a little differently. We're going to be heading over to Unizik. That video, I'm pretty sure you've all seen what transpired. A lady of female students at Namdi Azikiwe University, Unizik, Oka, Anambra State. She triggered widespread reactions online after engaging in a physical confrontation with a lecturer who interrupted her while she was recording a dance video. Now, this has since gone viral. There was a brawl. It was one of the most ridiculous things that I had ever seen. And yes, we've heard both sides of the story. Maybe things should have been handled a little bit differently, James. But I can't even begin to imagine what must have been going through her mind to let things escalate up to that point. What could have pushed her that much? They say, oh, action and reaction, but that reaction was way over the top, and she could be facing some serious disciplinary issues.
Absolutely. It's assumption. Let's not assume because you think in air quotes, Gen Z, I have a right to do whatever I want to do. Like, why are you stopping? It's ridiculous. It's disrespectful. A great deal of as in, it has to come with a great deal of punishment, disciplinary action because for a lecturer to be telling you or try to stop something and you now go all out and just go research on the situation. How dare you? Do you understand? How dare you? I mean, who are you? It shows. So what? Let's bring it back. This lecturer is even old enough to be your father. If they say don't do this, or because even if the person is not even old enough to be your father, literally, I'm saying that if a lecturer to students, do you understand? I
Mm,
mean, it's a father-child situation, relationship situation, you know. So they say stop something, or they interrupted something, or they intersect, whatever it is. What exactly? How dare you? Like, what is this? Why we're in school? Is this what we are here to do? Do you understand? And then you think you can be, no, it's unacceptable. I feel like you can even get expelled from that school because the lecturer represents the VC, represents the institution, represents respect. Do you understand? And not just for that school alone, for any institution that has to do with any learning institution, educational institution. I mean, there's no way. I mean, I can't wait to hear what happened next. Do you understand? How is this going to end? But I'm sure with time we're going to hear. But there's no excuse as to how she behaved or what her reaction. I don't care what, even if you paid a class to come and shoot you on that day, and then this was now interrupted. I don't care. I mean, you give respect to who respect to you. That's what
hmm,
it is.
true, true story, true story. I don't know if she was banking on the fact that her mother is a lecturer in the engineering department at that school as well. I don't know what actually came over her because she
Not an
went
excuse.
really, really berserk at the
Yeah,
end of
not
the
an
day.
excuse. Bad.
But
That's even bad upbringing. If even if my mother is in the school, then so it means that, oh, I don't. So who are you then? If the mother was the VC, you understand? If the mother say the mother is the VC of this school and this lecturer that is down below my mom come here, here to talk to me and say stop something. No, now it's wrong. It's wrong. It's there's no way. There's no coming back from this. This is a great. I mean, it should take it to a panel. It should be dealt with. It should be addressed, and she needs to serve some kind of punishment for her behavior.
most definitely. Waiting to see what's going to happen. The school has put out a circular to address the matter. They are looking into it. So I guess we'll be hearing something from them sooner rather than later. Okay, James, let me get your thoughts on Kendrick here. I know that we
Yeah.
haven't talked about this one, but the reason I'm actually talking about it is because his performance at the Super Bowl has broken the previously held record of viewers across all platforms. Now, according to chart data, His Super Bowl 59 performance was watched by 133.5 million users, which slightly edged Michael Jackson's record of 133.4 million
Hmm.
US viewers in 1993. Now, now he has become the first solo hip hop act to headline the famous halftime show, and we know how it all went. Okay, on one hand, first of all, James, what are your thoughts on the whole thing? Because you haven't talked about it yet, and
Yeah.
I mean, okay, he broke this record, yes, but man, the record has been that stood since 1993. Why do you think this particular one broke it, not the previous performances?
So why this one broke it, first of all, is look at the attention that the NFL half game gets right now. In fact, it gets bigger every other time. But this particular one was one of the most anticipated. Like we knew or we were expecting something to happen. Everybody sat at the edge of their seats to see whether he was going to perform this song or not. And now the people involved, he had a lot of extras on this set. Talk about
Mm,
Serena Williams, talk about Uncle Sam at the beginning. Do you understand? It was,
yeah.
it was, and it was like this is like a big moment in. And then apart from this, it was coming off the heel of his Grammy wins. Do you understand? So
Mm,
it was
mm.
very very much anticipated. And then apart from that, of course, the news, the buzz, everything around the world, everybody wanted to see what happened. I mean, somehow, some way, if you want to compare it to look at Michael Jackson's time, I think for some people that watched it, or some of us that eventually watched, we watched later after the whole buzz of this whole NFL thing started happening. We now go back to say, okay, who else has been performing or whatever, not even just everybody. Some of us actually did that, which is why you see, have to leave Michael Jackson respect where it is, because that time going, I don't think, did we, 1990 what again? When did the internet come to Nigeria? When did we start
1983.
watching? Yes, do you understand? When did we start watching? Do you understand? How did we Africans? When did we start watching stuff like that? Do you understand? What was NFL at that time? I don't know. I don't think I cannot relate. You know. But now it's a bigger space. It's a bigger crowd, a bigger audience globally who would want to see. And then this whole big thing between Kendrick and Drake is now a global phenomenon where everybody wants to know
Mm,
what, in fact, we've been following up since when the thing broke or when it started, you know. And this time around, of course, like I said, the performance was awesome. We had bits and pieces. The whole Serena, Serena was Drake's ex. Drake has dissed Serena's husband before. Do you understand? And then Serena is from Detroit as well with Kendrick. So they're like, there's a bro sister thing going on there. Do you understand? And so going by all of these things, it's only proper that, look, if I'm not coming to watch because of Kendrick, I'm coming to watch you. I heard that Serena did one dance. I want to see that dance. I heard that
right.
Samuel L. Jackson did a part, or his the things like the way he was in between the performances. I want to see what he did. The way he dressed. A lot of other elements were there for us to see. And even before this performance, don't forget that there's been that whole conversation about Jay Z. Jay Z provides entertainment for, or his, I don't know if he curates or whatever. He's like on that whole board as per entertainment
Yeah,
performances at so he determines,
right,
or is part of
right.
the people that determine who performs. So all of those things put together, and then the lawsuit or whatever, the injunction they try to place on Kendrick not to perform that song on that day, and then he defiles everything. I'm sure after if Drake wants to go on with the lawsuit, whatever the case is, he just to put our lawyers together and say, okay, yo, whatever you want to say. And then if you look at the line again that is in contention, or that is contending for games, if whatever something if the chord is a minor, there are different ways you can explain it. There's a minor chord even when it comes to recording, when it comes to production. So what exactly is your fault? What exactly? So I think chill. But look, this is the biggest beef so far. Biggest, whatever. I don't know how Drake is a great artist. Does
Biggest
not take
beef in a
anything away
while.
from him. He's a great artist. But hey, give Kendrick Lamar his flowers, give him his respect. This year, last year was his year. This beef, he won both the war and the battle. Let it rest.
Mm. Drake, lick your wounds and let it rest. Kendrick definitely won this one. Let me just take these messages as we wrap up this morning. Oluwaseyi says Michael Jackson did that in 1993, far back 1993, and people are comparing Chris Brown to him. Ha! Well, different perspectives, man. Tayo says sex for skits, allegedly. Nedu
Uh-huh.
had gone from content creation to actual content. Talk about progress. I hope his honesty bunch crew can hold him to account rather than be doing well, that is if these allegations are true, they're still allegations at this point. Concerning the Unizik student, she should just do jam again because her side of the story in view of the video can't hold water. Something similar in another university, and the student composed herself and moved on. Secondhand embarrassment for her mother, person they might have business for school, only to hear say her pikin don't bite lecturer. Are you a vampire? It says Drake is still the property of Kendrick Lamar. If found, return to the proud owner. Ah, and Anthony says the recent video he made, that's two about looks very odd. The cameraman had only one job. And like what James said, it's obvious he's not working with his manager. And I agree. Tubaba will still look for another woman after this. I guess he just can't help himself, really. Anyways, we need to call it a morning. Thank you all for cracking us up, Tayo. I'm looking at you in 10D. And thank you so much, James, for joining me on the grapevine this morning.
Thank you for having me, Ayo, and anytime in the shout out to my people again, Dr. Sheon and Timothy, and happy birthday, Clementina, Claire's Kitchen. Ayo, remember, if you want jollof rice, the best jollof rice on this continent, go to Claire's Kitchen. I promise you. You come back and say thank you.
Thank you for showing me the way, good sir. I appreciate it. All right.
All right,
Have a great
yeah,
Thursday. Enjoy.
you too.
Thank you all for being a part of the Grapevine this morning. Keep it tuned to the Smooth Breakfast on Smooth 98.1. It's a Thursday, so you know how we do. Great music is coming your way, getting you settled as you get along on a Thursday morning.
Peace, bro.
Nice one, Baba.
Have a great weekend.